सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We have completed the first chapter of Panchadashi. The second chapter comes under another Viveka Panchakam. We know that Panchadashi has got 15 chapters. Pancha means 5, Dasha means 10, 10 plus 5. Totally 15 chapters are there. Therefore, it is known as Panchadashi. These 15 chapters are divided into or classified into 3 portions. First 5 chapters are known as Viveka Panchakam. Second 5 chapters, that is from 6th to 10th chapter, known as Deepa Panchakam. Deepa word comes in every chapter. Deepa Panchakam. The last 5 chapters known as Ananda Panchakam. Ananda Panchakam. So we are in now Viveka Panchakam. Viveka Panchakam. Viveka means analysis, discrimination. We are analyzing Bhuta Mahabhuta Viveka Prakaranam. In this second chapter, it is also a Viveka, analysis, differentiation, discrimination. About what? Mahabhuta. Mahabhuta means great 5 elements. Mahabhuta or Mahapanchabhuta. Elements are 5, therefore Mahabhuta means Mahapanchabhuta Vivekaha. We think immediately, what is their big subject in that to analyze? We know already 5 elements. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi, all this we know. Why analysis required? Vidyaranya feels that analysis is very much required to recognize Brahman. Any analysis, we arrive at what final culmination is Brahman. How Panchabhutas are Karyam, Brahman is Karanam. Panchabhutas in sthula form, they are visible almost, except Akasha, Vayu. We feel Vayu, Akasha we understand, but other Agni, Jala, Prithvi we see. Visible. Brahman is invisible. Therefore, we have to recognize Brahman, which is invisible, through what is visible. Through Karyam, Karanam Anumeyan. Through Karyam, Karanam Anumeyan. Through a product, you have to infer. Anumeya means infer. You have to infer what? You have to infer that cause, which is incomprehensible, unfathomable, which is incomprehensible, unfathomable, invisible, abstract, absolute Brahman. You have to infer through these 5 elements. Don't take just like granted these 5 elements. They are helping you to know Brahman. Just as we don't see Vayu. Air principle we don't see with our eyes. How do you know there is air now? When the tree is moving, you know there is lot of air. Because of trees are moving in air. The tree movement helping you to infer the air. Lot of air is there. That is why in Kalahasti they keep that Akhanda Deepam, Vayu Lingam, that is. Agni Lingam, Akasha Lingam, Vayu Lingam, Prithvi Lingam, Jala Lingam. Why they are all called Lingam? People crowd, they are going there. Tiruvannamalai Agni Lingam, Chidambaram Akasha Lingam, Kalahasti Vayu Lingam, Jambukeshwar Tiruvanaikkana Kaval. What is for that? Jalalingam. What is for earth? Kanchipuram. So all these lingams, lingam means what? Lingyate anena. Linga is a clue, an indicator to know its cause. Lingam means a clue. A lingam is a mark, indicator. Though 5 elements, through them we come to know the Brahman. So Mahabhuta Viveka is very much required to understand Brahman. Which Brahman? That Brahman which has mentioned in the Upanishads, especially in Chandogya Upanishad. Sadeva Saumya Hidamagra Asit Ekameva Dvitiyam. That's why to study Panchadashi you need Upanishadic background. All those mantras only maximum he analyzes. Those who have studied already, okay. Those who have not studied Upanishads, all Upanishads, 6 only I took here. Other Upanishads you can listen through cassettes or CDs. Somehow or you have to listen. Otherwise this statement is a very new statement. Sat eva asit. Sat means Brahman. Brahman alone was there before creation. Sadeva. Brahman alone. Sadeva. He Somya. Uddalaka addressing his son. He Shvetaketu, Somya. Oh pleasing one. Idam agra. Sadeva. Idam agra. Idam agra na. This universe, before the creation of this universe. Idam means before this creation. Idam means that which is present, visible in front of me. Idam, this objective world. Agre means before this creation of this world, universe. What was there? Sadeva Asit. Sat alone was there before this creation, this universe, this prapancha. What do you mean by prapancha? Prapancha is nothing but you experience the world in 5-fold ways. Prakarshena panchavidaha iti prapanchaha. Prakarshena panchavidaha. The world is that which is known through 5 facets, 5 ways. In 5-fold manner, you come to know the world. What is it now? Nothing. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. You are knowing the world, Idam, this whole universe, through Shabda, sound. Rupa, through forms you are knowing the world. Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, through the taste you are knowing the objects, world. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Shabda, Sparsha, through touch, you are knowing the objects, the world. Shabda, through the ears, Shabda, Sparsha, touch, Rupa, eyes, Rasa, taste, Gandha, smell. All these 5. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Other than these 5, anything you are knowing, tell me. Whenever you say, I experience this, I know this, whenever you say, either through sound or forms through the eyes or through the touch or through the nose or through the tongue. Other than these 5, there is no experience. Your mind is knowing all the time either one of this or 2 sometimes or sometimes 3 also. How? When we are seeing TV, sound also you are listening, forms are also you are seeing, and eating also. Rasa. Even Gandha also comes sometimes. Food la Gandha smell irkume, sambar vasane, rasa vasane. Do asan. Nalu ore vati appa. Of course, touch also. 1, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 you are experiencing. Therefore, that is called prapanchaha, prakarshena panchavidhaha. How it has got, that is what we are going to analyze now. More detailed way. We all of us know only Panchabhutas, but how they have come, what is their real nature, what are the characteristics of those elements, how they are able to show us the Brahman. Vidyaranya main aim is to establish Sat through Panchabhuta Viveka. We are not interested in studying Panchabhutas. We are interested in knowing Brahman, the Sat, through Panchabhutas. What is the method of teaching, even in curriculum, in schools? Anywhere, its teaching methodology is known to unknown. Known to unknown means from a concrete form which is known already, from there we take to abstract, unknown. That is the method of study. From known to unknown. What we know? We know Panchabhutas. We are experiencing. Really speaking, this body is made out of Panchabhutas. That is why connection. Nambave mudile. The whole assembly, body assemblage, is nothing but 5 elements put together. That is why this body has got a capacity to know the sounds, to know the forms, to know the smell, to know the touch, because they are outside. This body is made out of that only, therefore it can know the things. Panchabhutas put together in solid form, 80 kgs, 70 kgs. Because Mahabhutas are in solid form. Or body lo Panchabhutas solid form, another Panchabhutas solid form. Because Panchabhutas all pervading, but ice கட்டி மாதிரி இந்த ஃப்ரிட்ஜில் அந்த ஒரு பிளேட் இருக்கும் உள்ள ஃப்ரீசரில், அதில் தண்ணி ஊற்றி வச்சுட்டோம்னா ஒரு பிளாக்ல ஒரு ஐஸ் கியூப். நல்ல எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ தான் ஞாபகம் வருது. ஒரு பிளாக்ல when we are pouring water, normal water we have poured. After 1 day, 2 days, you take out that for cubes, hot sun and cool water I want to drink, and ice cubes you want to take. How it comes in? Each cube separately it comes. What? Solid water. Solid water in separately in one part. Cubes in matter. Very nice to see that, no? We used to play that with that. Like that, we are all like, they are all water cubes, solid water cubes. The whole body is nothing but a solid 5 elements cube. Okay. Nice example. இப்போ உடம்பெல்லாம் ஒரு கியூப் பாருங்க, எல்லாம் ஒரு பஞ்சபூதம் எல்லாம் உட்கார்ந்துருக்க, ஒரு பஞ்சபூதம் வந்து ஒரு கியூப் மாதிரி உட்கார்ந்துருக்கோம் எல்லாருமே. புரியுறதோ? அவ்வளோதான். பட் we have never analyzed this, and we are not trying to remember this also. This is the fact. This is the only fact. This wonderful Panchabhuta solid cube, okay, this body is helpful to recognize that Sat, Sadeva Saumya, that Sat which was there before the creation, you can know through these 5 elements. First, understand that 5 elements, what is their nature. Then understand what is the substratum of 5 elements. What is going to say? Mantra says in Chandogya, existence alone was there. Brahman, Sat means existence. That Sat called existence alone was there. That is the support of this entire Panchabhuta Jagat. With that word only, the mantra he starts, shloka he starts here. With this background, we have to enter into the chapter Mahabhuta Viveka Prakaranam. Prakaranam means here chapter. This chapter is highlighting the Mahabhutas to understand that Sat existent Brahman. That is the aim of this chapter. Clear? Now we'll read the first shloka. Sadadvaitam shrutam yattat panchabhuta vivekatah bodhum shakyam tato bhuta panchakam pravivichyate. Yat, first line you see, yat sat advaitam shrutam. Yat sat, whatever is heard, shruta means heard by us in Chandogya Upanishad. Shruta means heard. Yat, whatever is heard. What is that? Sat. Chandogya Upanishad has got 8 chapters. First 5 chapters talk about Upasana. 8 chapters, first 5 chapters of Chandogya Upanishad, one of the important Upanishad, 10 principal Upanishads, Chandogya Upanishad is one Upanishad. In that 6th chapter is known as Sadvidya Prakaranam. Sadvidya Prakaranam. That chapter talks about Sat, Tattvamasi Mahavakyam comes there. That what we have analyzed in the first chapter, Tattvamasi. So that Chandogya Upanishad, 6th chapter, first mantra, it starts with Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asit. Chandogya Upanishad, second section, first mantra. First section, story, how he approaches his father, all this story comes. Then exact teaching, the story runs like that, Shvetaketu goes to Gurukulam and he studies and come back after 20 years, 25 years. After Upanayanam, they send the boy to Gurukula. So he has to study all Veda Adhyanam. After completing Veda Adhyanam, he turns back to his house and father asks his son, have you asked your teacher by knowing which everything is known? Then this Shvetakesava says, I don't think so, my teacher knows that. No. Father asked, have you studied everything? No. I have studied everything. Whatever my teacher knows, he taught me everything. No. And father asked, have you asked your teacher, by knowing that which one, it is as good as known everything, Eka Vijnanena Sarva Vijnana Vishayam, have you asked about that? And Shvetaketu says, very, very headstrong, I don't think so, my teacher knows, therefore he didn't tell me, therefore I also don't know. Then father says, don't say like that. There is something to be known. Eka Karanam, by knowing which everything is as good as known. Then father starts teaching to his son. Tattvamasi Mahavakyam. So therefore, unless we are qualified, the teacher will never reveal that. Vidya Garvam should not come. Any Vidya for that matter. We know chanting, we know Vyakaranam, we know that art, I do this and that and are so many we say, that gives Garvam unknowingly. Anything, if I am expert in that, master in that, expert master work venda, koncham kathikitale, even singing, neenga nalla paadreenna, we think that I am Lata Mangeshkar Madre. The Madre koncham Garvam vandu Vidya Garvam. Adi Madre Shvetaketu also got that Garvam. Then father thought, this is not proper, my son should not become like this. இந்த வித்யா கர்மம் வந்தால் பிரம்ம ஜானமே வராது. ஸோ இவனுக்கு எப்படியாவது பிரம்ம ஜானம் கொடுக்கணும்னா என்ன பண்ணணும்னா உட்காரு. ஹோல் 6th chapter is the teaching to his son. சதேவ சௌமிய இதமக்ர ஆசீத். இந்த ஸ்டோரி எல்லாம் முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் the teaching starts. Second section of first mantra. That Sat only, he starts with that first shloka. Sadadvaitam. What is that Sat? Advaitam Sat. That is Advaitam, non-dual. Dvaitam and dual. Advaitam means non-dual, secondless. Non-dual, secondless. That means one only. That Sat which is only one. Shrutam. Advaitam Sat Shrutam Yat Tat Panchabhuta Vivekataha Bodhum Shakyam. That can be known. Bodhum means that can be taught or that can be understood. Shakyam means it is possible to know that. Bodhum Shakyam. It is possible to know, it is possible to explain, it is possible to understand. Through what? Panchabhuta Vivekataha. Through 5 elements. Pancha means 5. Bhuta means elements. Vivekataha means by analysis, by differentiation. Vivekataha means a discriminative knowledge. Threadbare analysis. Vivekataha. Through that, anartham. Through that Panchabhuta Viveka, this Sat which has mentioned in the Chandogya Upanishad, 6th chapter, 2nd section, 1st mantra, that Sat can be known through Panchabhuta Viveka. Tataha bhuta panchakam pravivichyate. Tataha, therefore, because of this reason. Because of this reason means which reason? Since that Brahman as Sat is presented in Upanishads as existent principle that cannot be seen, Shuddha Sattvam, pure existence cannot be perceived. That Sat can be known through Panchabhuta Viveka. Therefore, because of this reason, Bhuta Panchakam Pravivichyate. Bhuta Panchakam means Panchabhuta. 5 elements I am going to analyze. Pravivichyate means it is going to be analyzed. The subject matter is going to be discussed. Pravivichyate. Clearly going to be presented. Where in this chapter? Which chapter? Second chapter. Of what? Panchadashi. Next shloka. What are those Panchabhutas? Now he is going to analyze Panchabhutas, their nature and their characteristics, what are all features they have, and he is going to explain. Shabdasparshau ruparasau Gandho bhuta guna ime Ekadvitrichatuh pancha Guna vyomadishukramat. Panchabhutas are nothing but Bhuta gunaha ime. First you can know anything by knowing its feature, guna. Lakshanam. Any object if you want to know, how do you know? Through its adjective, through its guna, through its visheshanam. Guna means visheshanam or adjective. What are those characteristics or adjectives? Number one is Shabda guna. Shabda means sound. Sparsha means touch, another guna. Rupa, form, the third guna. Rupa means form or color. Rasa means taste. Gandha means smell. Ime, all these five. Ime, bhuta gunaha. These are five gunas, characteristics or features of five elements. Bhuta gunaha. Then he says, how many gunas they have? One element has got different gunas. Not all of them only having one or two. Akasha is the first element. Adu theriyumilliyo? Akasha is the first Panchabhuta. Akasha means space. Edavali ani solluva. That which accommodates is called Akasha. What is the definition of Akasha? Cannot see it, even you cannot feel it. Can you say, Vayu, you can feel it. Akasha, you cannot feel it. You cannot see it. Then Akasha is there or not? Akasha, not sky. People look at Akasha, sky, blue sky. That is not Akasha. That is only sky. Akasha means asamantat kashaten. That which is all pervading. That which accommodates everything. Now in this hall there is a space, hall space. What this hall space is doing? It is accommodating us. We are all sitting, Suppose the space is not there in the hall. Where you will sit? Where you sit? I'll fly, Swamini. Anna. Even you fly also, you are in the space. Where you fly? Anna? If space is not there, where you fly? So, every being, everything in the universe accommodated by someone. Who is that? Akasha. Because we are not seeing it, we are not feeling it, we have taken it as granted, we never respect that Akasha. Kannukku theriyadu, You cannot feel it. தெரியறதுக்கே ரெஸ்பெக்ட் கொடுக்கறதில்லை நம்ம. When it is visible itself, we are not respecting, showing reverence. We are not showing reverence. What to talk of invisible thing? Who will respect, who will revere? No? That's why our people knows what? நீ சிதம்பரம் வா, அங்கே காமிக்கிறேன். பூஜை, temple, அனுஷ்டானம். Don't take it as granted, even though you are not able to see, you are not able to feel it, you understand it. Grasp, I am here, that means, here means somebody is accommodating me. That is what? Akashaha. In Tattva Bodha and all, we have not seen this type of explanation. Oh, you are advanced students, no? We have to expand our mind. Akasha is that which is accommodating to me. It has got one guna, ekaha, in the second line, ekaha. Respectively, kramat, vyomadishu, vyoma means akasha, adipadat, vayu, agni, apaha, jalam, prithvi. Second line, the last word. Kramat means respectively, 5 elements have got gunas in different number. Vyoma adishwana, in all these elements, 5 elements, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, gunas are there in different ratio. Kramatna, இப்போ கனெக்ஷன் பண்ணிக்கணும். Shabda guna ekaha in akasha. Ange shabda, inge you have to eka, you have to connect. So akasha is the first element which has got shabda guna. That alone is one guna, it's vishesha guna it has got. Every object has got its own vishesha guna. All objects are made out of Panchabhutas, therefore all gunas are there. Akasha has got one guna, that is Shabda guna. Shabda anna sound. Shabda guna. Then Sparsha, Vayu. Sparsha guna. Vayu's air principles, its Visheshana, general and specific attribute. We can call it as attribute. Adjective here is known as attribute, property. Vayu's property is known as sparsha. That is, it has got 2 gunas. Vayu is born out of akasha. So, Vayu is the karyam, product of akasha, father. So, it takes the karana guna also. Karana gunaha karye anuvartamte. Karya Vayu has got its own guna, sparsha guna. Since it is born from akasha, it takes that akasha guna also. Then Vayu has got how many gunas? 2 gunas. What are they? Shabda, sparsha. Sparsha sollakudadu. First shabda solli sparsha sollanum. Sparsha, shabda, sparsha. 2 gunas. Akasha has got, that is what he says, dvina. Then third one is rupaha. Rupa means form. Form, the next element you have to see. Agnihi. Akasha, Vayu, Agni. Agni, fire element, has got 3 gunas. Its Visheshana guna is Rupa guna. Akasha Vishesha guna is Sparsha guna. But it has borrowed Shabda and Sparsha. Now Agni has to borrow 2 gunas and its Visheshana guna, that is also there. Rupa is the Vishesha guna of Agni and it borrows 2. What are they? Shabda, Sparsha. Basic Tattva Bodha. புரியுறதா? என்ன தெரியும்ன்ற மாதிரி தோணும். கேட்கும் போது டக்குன்னு வாயிலிருந்து வரணும் ஆன்சர் வந்தால் யூ ஆர் தரோ இன் தத்துவபோதான்னு அர்த்தம். So Agni has got 3 gunas. That's why he says in second line, Eka Dvi apram 3. 3 connected to what? Rupa. Rupa connected to what? Agni. So Agni, Panchabhutasla Agni, third one, middle one, Madhyamaha. That middle one, Agni Devata, has got Rupa guna is Visheshana guna. Samanya gunas are borrowed gunas. Shabda is borrowed from Akasha. Sparsha is borrowed from Vayu. Vayu Vishesha guna Sparsha is its own property. It has borrowed Shabda guna. Why I am asking? If I ask, you will be in the class. Otherwise, mind goes here and there. Not you, just I am telling. I know your mind will not go outside. So 3. Agni has got 3 gunas. 3 gunas means Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. Rupa is its own guna. 2 other Shabda, Rupa, Sparsha, borrowed gunas. Priyarda? Swagunam and borrowed gunam. In the mood gnapakam irukkanum. Agni. Then what element next? Jala. Rasaha. Rasa means taste. The taste belong to Varunaha. Jalam or Varuna. Water element. Water element has got taste, its Visheshana guna, Swata guna, Swagunam, its own gunam. It has borrowed its parental gunas. Jala borrowed from Agni. Therefore, Agni gunam also has to come. Agni la enna gunam irukku? 3 gunangal irukku. Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa. Now 3 gunas come to Jalam, Varuna. That Jalamlo it comes. Jalam means water. Varuna means water. So how many gunas are there in water? 4 gunas. What are they? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. Rasa is its own guna, but other 3 gunas, parental gunas. Clear? So 4 gunas are there. After water, what is the next element? Prithvi, earth. Earth has got its own specific guna, Visheshana guna, known as Gandha. In the first line he has given Gandha. So now Prithvi has got its Gandha guna, Swagunam, and borrowed how many gunas? Previous 4 elements gunas comes to this Prithvi. It is Karyam of Agni, Jalam. Jalam is the Karyam of Agni. Agni is the Karyam of Vayu. Vayu is the Karyam of Akasha. Therefore, 4 gunas plus 1 Vishesha guna. Prithvi has got 5 gunas. That's what he says, Pancha. Agni has got 4 gunas, Chetuhu. Prithvi has, Jalam has got 4 gunas, Chetuhu. And the second line, Eka, Dvi, 3, Chetuhu, Pancha. All are, the properties belongs to the elements in 1:1 ratio. Eka guna to Akasha, Dviguna Vayu, Triguna Agni, Chaturguna Jalam, Panchaguna Prithvi. Kramat. Respectively pottukano. Ada Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala and Prithvi. That kramanga 1, 2, 3, 4 elements you have to say. Okay? Vyomadishu Adipadad, other 5 elements. Vyomadishu Kramat. Ime Bhuta Gunaha. Clear? Now come to the next shloka. Now there each element, further analysis of its guna. Further analysis we have not seen in Tattva Bodha or even in Viveka Chodam. Viveka Chodam I have not taken here. That is also not seen in any text, but this Acharya Vidyaranya presenting further analysis of each element. Pratidhvanir प्रतिध्वनिर्वियच्छब्दः प्रतिध्वनिर्वियच्छब्दः वायौ बीसीति शब्दनम् अनुष्णासीत संस्पर्शः वह्नौ भुगु भुगु ध्वनिः Akasha and Vayu, Jala, Agni, all their features is explaining now. Viyat Shabdaha Pratidhvanihi. Viyat means Akasha, space. Akasha means not sky but space. Viyat, its sound, Shabdaha Visa, Akasha Guna is Shabda Guna. What is that Shabda Guna? What is that Shabda Guna? Shabda Guna is nothing but Pratidhvanihi, echo, resound, Pratidhvani. Pratidhvani, when it is enclosed, it makes a noise. Akasha, when you go to a house, not kept any saman, illame vikka munnadi, periya haalukku poi, you make just shout, it resounds. Pratidhvani, echo comes. How it comes now? It is there in the Akasha. So Akasha is there. Suppose you go to a place where there is no sound at all, suppose. You will get a doubt whether your ears are working or not. I got that experience. When I go to a solitude place, no birds sound, nothing is there, no sound at all. How do you know your ears are functioning or not? You can never know your ears are functioning or not. காதுக்கு செவிடு வந்ததா இல்லைன்னு கூட நமக்கு தெரியாது. என்ன ஏதாவது சவுண்ட் இருந்தால் தானே தெரியறதுக்கு. So there must be something, the sound, so that your ears can know that. So Akasha is that which has got pratidhvanihi, echo sound, arise in the Akasha. Then Vayu Bisiti Shabdanam. Vayu means air. Air makes the sound. BC, BC enna நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்லலாம் வீசுறதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல வீசுறது அந்த பபயோர் அபேதஹா BC என்ன VC ன்னு அர்த்தம் BC என்ன நாட் ப்ராட் BC என்ன பேக்வர்ட் காஸ்ட் BC என்ன தமிழ்ல VC ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையோ VC என்னது வபயோர் அபேதஹான்னா வாக்கி பாக்கி வங்கால் பெங்கால் சொன்ன மாதிரி இங்க பிசி என்னது நம்ம தமிழ்ல விசி ஆயிடுச்சு. காது when the air is moving it makes the noise BC sound வருமா. You cannot listen that sound in Chennai. You have to go to village some place, then where Maidanam, full empty space, you can listen that BC sound. Vayu makes the sound. BC the sound. Where from it has taken that? From Akasha. When Akasha makes the sound Pratidhvani, when it is taken by Vayu, it is BC Dhvani. Then it is taken by next element, what? Agni. That also makes sound. What? That is BC the Shabdanam. Varnau bhugu bhugu dhvanihi nar. Varnau bhugu bhugu nar. The fire la bhugu 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 manu varuma sound. இதெல்லாம் நம்ம எல்லாம் வில்லேஜில் இருந்தால் தான் கேட்க முடியும். இங்கே இருந்த கேஸ் ஸ்டவ்வில் புகு புகு கேஸ் ஸ்டவ்வில் புகு புகு தெரியாது. அந்த அடுப்பில் தான் அந்த புகு 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 சவுண்டு தெரியும் நமக்கு. ஸோ அந்த புகு புகு சவுண்டு வருமா. When from that Akasha it goes to Agni, the sound will change. Then what about Sparsha? Anushna Asita Samsparshaha. Sir, அங்கே வாயு இருக்கு. அது வாயு அப்புறம் தான் அக்னி. Anushna Asita Samsparshaha. Actually, air is not having any heat or cold. No? The hot air, cool air, that coolness or heat is not belong to that air principle. Isn't it? That coolness and hotness is not because of air. Sun is so hot that breeze, the air takes that heat from the sun. Suppose suddenly rain comes, the air becomes what? Cool. How? Because of water's association. It becomes cool. So Vayu by itself doesn't have Ushnata or Shitata. Sparsha, whatever you touch, this is not because of any other. That's why he says Anushna Asita Samsparsha. That Vayu's touch, whatever you are touching to your body, the Sparsha, either Ushnam, it is Anushnam, it is Ashitam. Ushnama irukku kaathu inukku, that is not belong to Vayu, papam. Don't blame the Vayu because of heat of the sun. Vannau bhugu bhugu dhvanihi. So how many over now? Pratidhvani Akasha, Vayu Bisi Shabdanam, which is Anushnam Ashitam. Vannau bhugu bhugu dhvani. What about fire? It is Ushna Sparshaha Prabharupam. Ushna Sparshan. It's a touch because it has taken the Sparsha Guna from Akasha. When you touch the fire, how is it? Cool? Ever cool? Never cool. Never cool. Ushna is that it is Swagunam is Ushnata. Bharupam. He says Prabharupam. Brilliant. Its form is brilliant form. Agni has got what guna? Rupa guna. It has got Rupa guna. See, very nice analysis here. Agni has got Rupa guna. That Rupa, what type of Rupa? Prabha Rupa, brilliant, blazing, illumining. Its own guna, that is. What it has borrowed, that it has borrowed that dhvani from Akasha. Bhugu bhugu dhvani. Okay. And sparsha, which makes the sparsha, whatever it has got sparsha, Ushna sparsha. Once it comes to that sparsha from Vayu, it makes that sparsha what? From Vayu it came. It is Anushnam. When it was in Vayu, the sparsha was Anushnam. When it comes to his son, Appaku kofam illa. Anal payyan kofam vandade anna. Na payyanlo irukra gunallo sendi kofamla maariduchu. Adu madri appa anna inga yaru Vayu. Vayulo ushnata kedaiyadu. Sparsham da irukku. But on sparsha matram, this Agni taken and converted the sparsha into what? Ushna sparsha. That's why when you touch Agni, touch panna maatom. Suppose you touch, edhukku touch panna maatom, daily paatram thodumbodhu sooda irukku, aanal thuni illamane touch pandroma illaya? Theriyadha? Enna sparsha adi? Ushna sparsha. And the sparsha belong to whom? Vayu. And the Ushnata belong to whom? Agni. எப்போது ஞாபகம் வருமா அது பண்ணும்போது? கை சுடுறது என்ன? கை சுடுறது என்ன? எப்படி என்ன? அந்த டச் அண்ட் ஹீட். Its rupam is what? Bharupam. Brilliant, blazing. Nice. We have to read this shloka. Fourth shloka. Ushnasparsha prabharupam jale bulubulu dhvanihi शीतस्पर्श शुक्लरूपम् रसो माधुर्यमीरितः. First, nearly 19 years back, I studied this chapter, this shloka from Swamiji, 19 years back. It was very nice to listen bugu bugu, bulu bulu, appo 19 years back. You imagine when Swamiji was taking in Anekatti, I was listening to Swamiji, this bulu bulu dhvani, bugu bugu dhvani, enna bugu bugu, bulu bulu enna. I never thought I will teach this Panchadashi here today. So that I am remembering those days, 19 years back. Ushnasparshaha prabharupam. I have already explained you. Then jale bulu bulu dhvanihi. Akashe pratidhvanihi. Vayo bisi dhvanihi. Then agno bhugu bhugu dhvanihi. Once that dhvani from Akasha, all the way it comes from Vayu, Agni to Jala. Once it comes to Jala, Jala says, now I want to give different sound. Enna? Bulu 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 dhvani. And then when water is flowing, you see the sound. When we went to Vaishnavi Devi, we used to listen only sound, water sound. Where from it is coming, we have to search. Underneath there is some water, that waterfalls is going very beneath. Some sound is coming, but we are not able to identify where is it. Through sound, we go towards that sound and search. There is some stream going on. Bulu 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 dhvani, we can listen. And the river, when it is flowing, you have to listen that sound. Very beautiful sound. And the sound ketale vyadhi ella poidum. So that sound is water's sound. Water doesn't have sound. It has borrowed from, not directly from Akasha, indirectly. Directly borrowed from Jala, Agni and Vayu, Akash. Like that we have to take. So directly, not borrowed, but indirectly. Kullu Tata Madri. Puriliyo. Kullu Tata and children, great grandfather. So, Bulu Bulu Dhvanihi. Then Sita Sparshaha. When the Sparsha borrowed by Agni, it converted Sparsha into what? Ushna. But whereas water, because its gunam is Shitam, cool water, coolness always. Ushna is always, means hot, fire is always hot. Whereas water is always cool. That Shita Sparshaha. That's why whenever you touch water normally, it is cool. Sun rays, but heat you have to boil. Otherwise, normally cool. Sparshaha. Shukla Rupam. It has got a white, dull whiteness. Shukla Rupam. Raso Madhuhu. Shukla Rupam means water has got a dull whiteness. White irukum water. Namma corporation water la colorful irukum. Andha color sollala. Normal water, if you touch, it is cool and its color is white. When you go to near the ocean, you take water into your hand. What color it is? White color. White color. Rasaha madhuryam. Its taste is madhuryam. Original cool water is tasty. Because it mixed with something and all, taste maridam. Originally it is sweet. Madhuryam iritaha. It is mentioned, said. Sweetness. Then, fifth shloka, he talks about bhumi. One more element is there. What is that? Earth. Bhumau kadagada shabdaha Kathinyam sparshayishyate Neeladikam chitrarupam Madhuramladiko rasaha. See, each shloka he is bringing the previous element guna and second element guna, third element guna, fourth element guna. He is bringing that thread, continuity. Panchabhutana appadi purinjakanam. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha akashad vayuhu vayor agnihi agnirapaha adbhyah prithvi. And the prithvi la irukkum ipo namu. Bhumau, upon earth. What shabda? It has borrowed the shabda guna all the way from Akasha through their father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather. Akasha. Once it comes, what it sounds na? Kadakada, kadakada sound varma. The cracking sound, kadakada shabda varma, earthla. Is it the earth sound? That is why when earthquake comes, some sound comes, it's not earth sound. That has borrowed from that Akasha. The kadagada the shabdaha. Next, when you touch it, kathinyam sparshaha. The sparshaha, it has borrowed vayu guna also, sparsha guna. Once it is associated with earth, that sparsha, which was cool in water, ushnam in fire, but here when it comes to earth, it is what? Kathinyam. Earth is so hard. Kathinyam sparshaha. Its touch is very hard. Ishyate. It is said like that. And not only that, it has got colors. Neeladikam, blue, red colors are there. Blueness, redness, different colors you can see. Red soil, they say. Black soil. Blue anna here, neela anna black. Adu enna black soil, red soil. Kekkarom illiyo? It belongs to what? To that color. Color belongs to which? Agni. So the color, it takes from Agni. When it comes to earth, it becomes blue, or red, or black, etc. Adipadat, etc. colors. Chitra Rupam, different colors. You have seen anywhere, when they dig the land lot deeply, you can see the colors. Have you seen that? Bhumi Puja Pannumbodhu Kanisam Patrikanam. Okay. Bhumi Puja Pannumbodhu, they dig and you can see the earth layers. If you go more deeper only, you can see. I have seen that. Red, black, blue, light reddish, different colors are there. Yellowish. Different colors earth. Layer, patch, layer, colorful. So those Neeladikam Chitra Rupam, different colors. They are all borrowed from where? Rupam, borrowed from Agni. Okay. Madhuramladikaha rasaha. When that it comes to earth, Gandha is going to come. Rasa and Prudhivik it comes Madhura Amla. Katva, Tishna, Ushna, adella irukkillayo. Sweet, Madhura means sweet. Amla means sour. Adipadat, astringent, pungent, saltish. All these tastes you can feel. Next shloka we will read in the next class. Hari. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ